Hey, welcome to Mile High Live Tarot, where real eyes, real eyes, real eyes. And today we have the ancestors coming in with a message that is relating to contracts. The contracts that have come in regarding anything that you might have planted either when you were a child or as an adult. Anything you might have signed, anything that you might have said or come about or done. It's about reaping and sowing. This is a contract of reaping and sowing. Okay? The ancestors came in. It is a lucky information, a gift from the ancestors. So please respect this. And if you just heard that, that's the heat coming on. So I will try to make sure that I speak a little bit louder so that you might be able to hear. For those who have an ear to hear, you will. For those that do not, don't try to make this resonate for you. Okay? There's many other readers. Go to their page. This is a general reading because it is from the ancestors to humanity. It's about the gift of contracts and commitments in this tower moment. Okay? The information that's coming in, even though everyone is at home and stuck at home and we're, very much confused at some point for those of us that aren't privy to certain information, but there is a lot of cloudiness and confusion going on at home. Could be a lot of arguing, could be a lot of deceit going on, people finding out that the fact of maybe someone has a mate, they're not able to come over as much. Or maybe some others are finding out things of how they really are. Most of us really work and we're out and about a lot, and we don't get a chance to spend a lot of time with our families and our children and find out exactly what it is that they're learning and what it is that who they are. And this particular time is a time that we are supposed to be turning inwardly so that we can be able to have find a self-healing mechanism for within ourselves, which is our own life source, so that you might be able to turn inwardly, wake up to the fullness thereof of yourselves, so that you might be able to recognize and realize that if you suffer, it is also to the fault of your own, because first time that you realize that you are in victim consciousness, you are starting to raise your consciousness within. To also recognize that the fact of you're in victimless consciousness, you're in fear-based reality, and that the fact of you need to address it, analyze it, and accept the parts that you have played in each and every parts of your lives, of the seeds that you have been sowing with all of the people, place, or things. The ancestors are shining some light down on all of this confusion. It's about people's health. It's about home, security. Will we get past this? Just know the things that you feel that you have gotten away with, nothing happens by chance. Everything comes back. Karma misses nothing. The things that we think that are not about ourselves are the things that you are supposed to stop and address and analyze those things to see if really, in fact, those are you. Ashe. The things that you thought that were hopeful, the things that you thought that were going to flourish, but they did not. Did you not nourish them? Did you not cultivate that? Did you not think that you were owed something that you were supposed to get? Every single one of us have been there. It is about reaping and sowing. Are they good seeds? that you planted with these people, place, or things? Or are they not? But this reading is about showing appreciation for the things that you do have, the things that life has given you, the things that life has to offer. Do you see the Creator in all things? When you have created such separation in between yourselves and your family members of the people, place, or thing, and your home life and your work life and your every day of living, that is creating separation between you and the God source of who you think and the nature of God is. So all the things that you thought that were hopeful, everything may seem like it's at a standstill, but it is to be able to help you to help yourselves to to heal, to cut out the things that do not serve you. The lies, the deceit, the betrayal, the way you live, the way you eat, the way you think, the way you treat each other. These are all things that we all have gone through and felt in the loss. Whether it be someone getting a job before us, someone getting a position who we felt they weren't as of deserving as the next. One sibling feeling one person loved and or better and or the next. One person thinking one parent is as or superior than the other parent. Or one being that the fact of you're different and my way is the only way. The things that we've created are all things that we have created through self-sabotaging energy. They created all these obstacles and self-sabotaging energy for ourselves. But being that the ancestors are creating this wave, and God, source, universal frequency, of whatever it is that you believe to the nature to be of God, is causing this wave at this crossroads. Everyone is at a crossroads. We have to think about the things that are, that are not being shown right now at home, because we don't know the things that are going on in people's homes. It could be domestic abuse. It could be child abuse. People still starving. Children not being able to eat. Basic needs are not being met. Help thy sister. Help thy brother. Help thy neighbor. But because of the things that we have been doing in society, in this world, it has become such a weighted thing within our hearts, which means it becomes weighted within the God energy that we possess, heart and energy. It's about creating balance for themselves. In order to know thyself, or to know the Creator that you so much believe in that source of whatever it is, that the focus that you put forth, as so a man thinketh, so it gravitates right back to them. Know that when God is creating this wave to help change the world, we may not see the things that we want to see for those who cannot see and have a hard time struggling. But for those who have an eye to see these things, we are to help those in the myop way so that we can be able to uplift humanity. He is in the garden, and the garden is speaking. This divine masculine and or he or she, whichever you perceive the God source to be, is relating this message about this divine feminine, Mother Earth. Now, I took this in that way because that is what the ancestors gave me. It took me a couple days to get this message out here because I was having some mechanical issues, but I did put one out if you go back to another video on the page. But it also is relating to all of the divine feminine here on earth, to be able to help us to recognize the things that we have in our hearts that we all need to purge, to be able to tap into the divine feminine parts that maybe we didn't have to or weren't able to tap into at that time because we've had to stand in both energies. Whether it be because of someone separating a male figure by way of death, or the person or never being in a child's life, or the male going back and forth to jail, or of just never was in the person to do or be about. Our job now is to recognize our gifts and to recognize that home is where the heart is, and that throughout this tower moment, all the obstacles that we feel, those are the things that we need to purge out of our hearts. That those things become a loss to us. The things that we thought were, that we felt cheated from. Appreciate that. Because it could have been worse, or it could have been something that you did ask for and then turned around and said, I don't want this. Okay? But there definitely is a message here, not just for one, but for all. All. The message coming in is a divine message about contracts, about secrets, about knowledge. Things that you hold in your heart that become a burden. I laid out 3 decks. They're all say the same thing, and they all mirror each other. Everything that I've spoken to you today is everything that is here. I'm not going to pick up any other cards and show you and say, hey, that this person is and or is not resourceful. You know. Right now, it's about helping humanity and helping each other. But there definitely is a message that the ancestors are saying this is a contractual agreement, and it is time about reaping and sowing. The reasonings of why some people might feel that they have been all sent to their rooms is to make sure that we all self-reflect, turn inwardly, so that we might be able to wake up. Stop following the masses. Find out for yourself. Find out who thyself is to find out who the God source is, the creator. Ever since I was a child, I've always just known that there was always just one creator. I didn't care if there's the fact of you're following Jesus, Buddha, and whomever. My thing was that the fact of I knew that there was only one creator, and that's where we all came from, and that's where we needed to go back to. It was kind of hard growing up because I was such a manifester that most of the time when I manifested things, people were so afraid. But I am not afraid. And now I'm here to help humanity with this anchored information so that we can all cut away the things that do not serve you. Everybody wants to point the finger. Nobody wants to be wrong. Everybody wants to be right and be the superhero. When you're a child, you playing cops and robbers. Nobody wants to play the robber. Everybody wanted to play the cop. Wake up. Wake up. Everything right now is because we have created such separation within ourselves, within our hearts, in the ways that we might think that another person does or does not do, and why that person did not do right by me is the simple fact because 9 times out of 10, it has nothing really truly to do with you. It has everything to do with the people, place, or thing that they might have felt that it was already, oh, that's just the way I am. Well, if that's just the way you are, you've never ever tried to ascend within your consciousness so that you don't think in such of a manner that is very unbecoming and everybody else is moving away from you and you're wondering why. It is because you suffer from your own mindset of thinking, that's just the way I am. Do you know thyself? When someone says potential, oh, they're a potential. Oh, he got potential. He or she has potential. A potential what? Potential thief, potential robber, potential lover. What is it that you have to have in order to be able to have that potential? First of all, you have to have proper discernment of spirit to know exactly who and whom you're dealing with. Use your own insight. Don't be easily misled by the superficial things of this world, because those things fade away. Check out the lies and the deceit. Just the knowing. You ever get into a relationship with someone and then later on you find out you be like, oh, I just knew that and I shouldn't have did this and this and this. Well, guess what? You have no reason to blame and point the finger at everybody else. You still need to point the finger at you because you're the one who allowed it. First time, shame on you. Second time, shame on me. Now, we either going to be like this or we're going to create war. Which one? All is fair in love and war? Choose love. And I heard like a little something over here. From the ancestor, I heard a little something over here. So yes, choose love. Choose love. But the ancestors are coming in about some anchored information about the ill feelings that everybody is feeling, about the circumstances that we're in, and we all feel betrayal. And right now, because of everything, we need to wake up and recognize that it needs to stop because it's all due behind the created separation that we have felt throughout everything. The people, place, or thing that we have ever dealt with as well as the earth. We have created such separation. Not one of us is not to blame. Okay? But even though God is in the garden, he's speaking, he's telling us right now about these things that we feel. It's about reaping and sowing the things that we held in our hearts. The loss that we felt. And he's telling us to show appreciation. Show appreciation and recognize that home is where the heart is. And this tower moment is going to end. It will end. This too shall pass. But this contract here, this thing that's happening right now, it was to happen. It was supposed to happen. Nothing happens by chance. Nothing. And even though that there are some secrets and some knowledge behind certain things of this loss, appreciate it. Show appreciation for the things that you do have. Love each other. Love each other. This is a contractual agreement. Nothing happens by chance. Do realize that. I love all of you. You're more than welcome to come back to listen to the message, listen to any other messages that are listed on the Mile High. I will try to make sure that I ramp up a little bit more, but because of this, I may be able to do that even more so, but I try to help out in the community with the children for the public school systems, and I am an activist within my community, so we do a lot of networking. So my channel has kind of been stagnant a little bit, but I will try to make sure that the time frames that I do have, that I am here, that I will try to make sure that I go maybe live a couple times, and or make sure I pump out some more videos. You're more than welcome to email me at milehightarot gmail.com and leave a message. We could maybe do some healing work, and I can also be able to do a couple of readings for you and give you the prices therefore. But other than that, you make sure that you stay safe, be well blessed. Blessings and love and light.